Next Level Live. Thank you for joining us. Very excited today. Kind of going in, I don't want to say a little bit different direction, right? We're always trying to be as creative as we can and make sure we offer you things that are going to help you better what you're doing on a daily basis. And a couple of things that we've really realized now over the last few weeks. Number one, we've been working really hard on a mail drop with Mail Pro. We had to kind of come back like a bunch of times because we want to do a lot more mortgage, right? We have a myriad of leads, right? We kill it with Facebook, internet, and direct mail, mortgage finance, and they're willing to do, I almost had to ask them this a couple times, Meaike, $370 per drop. Dollars a piece. That's
wow.
Yeah, wow, with a guarantee built in. So we piloted it. So if you want to jump on it, contact Sasha. She'll get you rolling. But we're very excited, and there's so many things that are happening in the lead world, which we think we're well out in front of. I think we started pushing a lot more in social media for Bell. I think we started to understand internet lead. I think we started understanding the power of getting in front of people. And I think now with so many different ways that the clients are contacting us, or I should say you, the agent, it's really allowed everybody to be in a better position financially and have a lot more people to help. So that being said, I want to take a couple minutes to talk to you about some things that are happening that agents are taking advantage of that are benefiting their business. And I just want to make sure you have the information. You choose to do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. When I got into this business, 11 years ago or so now, I think we didn't have all the lead opportunity that is here now. That being said, I think that we were really focused on making sure that we provided as much of a benefit. One of the things I used to always say to the agents I work with is we try to become a meaningful specific in the lives of our clients because they did ask for help. They did entrust us with their care and their family's protection. I mean, that's the most humbling thing. I say to my clients all the time, the most humbling thing you could have done is say to me, my humility, say, Shawn, here, I have this need. This will pay if I'm not here. I want to make sure I pick the right guy or girl to be there for my family. So I always took their allowing me to protect their family as I was always very humbled by it. I always explained that to them. But I also knew that the more I could put in place with them, for instance, I had people I knew in certain industries that could help them. Anything I could do to provide more of a value in their life, number one, I wanted to provide it. And number two, it allowed me to have a better client-agent relationship, which allowed me to have very, very good quality. I always wanted to have very high persistency. The business that's written is fine. How much is it stays in the books for a period of time? Obviously, we have our own minimums are required, but for me, I wanted mine to be even higher than that. I wanted to make sure that my clients, the policy wasn't worth anything if it didn't stay in the books. So when we introduced Reliance Shield and the identity theft, we introduced it for one reason. I need to be straight up with you. We get people that pitch us products all week long. I mean, Meaike, how much does the phone ring and how many emails come in all week long of, we do this, y'all should do this. We're like, we look at it and go, that doesn't benefit our clients. Right. We're not interested. What hit me between the eyes of the Reliance Shield was, how in the heck don't I have this? It was probably one of the first things I've seen in a while and went like, of course I'm concerned about identity theft. Of course I want to make sure that forget about it. I mean, no offense, forget about everybody else at that moment in time. Give me mine. Like I need to have one because the product just made sense. That's how I felt. That's how I felt about life insurance when I saw it. When I was pitched 11 years ago, term life insurance, I was not excited until the person said there's return of premium. So the person's like, you need to get a policy. I was, 34 years old. I was like, yeah, I mean, I do, I don't, whatever. I got a little bit through work. But the minute he said, you outlived the term, you get all your money back, I said, say that part again. That's how I felt on a different level about the relationship. So I'm just letting you know that we have a lot of men and women that are out there, and I don't want you to tell that you don't believe in, ever. That's why I love life insurance sales. I mean, people always say to me, could you talk to this group I got? I'm over here and we sell this. And I said to the guy the other day, I can't help you. He's like, no, I've seen some of your trainings. I think you always do a great job. Would you mind giving? I said, because the product you're selling, people don't need it. I don't know how to do that. I know how to do need-based sales. I don't know how to do extras. I just don't. I don't know how to sit back and convince you to take this extra car or this cruise or this set of knives. I don't know how to do that. I'm not inspired by it, so my training won't be any good. So I said, I just can't help you. I mean, it's not that I want to talk to you and offer you some advice. I don't play a role in there. Ours are straight up need based. So when we see, and I'll give you an example. I had an agent call me this week, writes a client a life insurance policy. Also says, hey, as part of the program, mortgage protection or final expense, you also can apply and get identity theft protection if you choose to. If you don't, you don't, but if you choose to do it. Client, the agent gives the client and her husband a 4 and 5 minute overview of Reliance Shield. Actually, the husband had some kind of experience. A friend of his had his identity stolen and, went through a bunch of stuff. And he said, we need that. Okay. So writes a policy, writes a life insurance, husband and wife, writes identity theft family plan, gets everything in place, leaves, boom. The reason I tell you the story is the agent calls me and says that another life insurance agent calls his family and says, you wrote this, and it's like literally trying to get them to move their policy for like a couple dollars, maybe. I want to come meet with you, I want to come meet with you, I want to come meet with you. And they're telling the agent this after the agent calls and says the policy is approved, it's being delivered. The agent's like, and we're all good, right? And the husband says, yeah, to be honest with you, we like you anyway, we like working with you, but now we have life insurance and identity theft and there's other things. We don't want to go ahead and just revamp everything. Meaning, the more we put into place, when you look at all these number of stats, you read online, and even if they're remotely close, which is pretty, the data is empirical and it seems like it's valid, people are going to buy from you 5, 6, 7, 8 times in your lifetime. So one of the things for me, the best referral tool that I ever had, Mike, was a prescription drug card. I mean, that's what we did, bud. And now we have those available in the store. They're nothing for 10,000 of them. And we handed them to clients. We asked clients if, by the way, it could never hurt them. And if it saved them money on medication, which it did, it didn't always. But if 1 out of 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 of them said, hey, Shawn, I bought the medication today. My copay was usually $110. I paid $50. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. But that was and what we would say is, hey, do you know some people that could also benefit from this program? Yes, why don't you give me their names and numbers? I'll call them about the prescription drug card. So I guess I never did kind of this tunnel deal. We could be issuing, and I know we could be issuing 100% more life volume per month with our current lead flow. We could. I think if we manage the business appropriately, we can also double our sales force and have enough leads. If you're not taking advantage of EverQuote, if you're not going to take advantage of this new Mail Pro program, when you look at Facebook leads, Secure Agent Mentor has been unbelievable, social insurance leads been unbelievable. You know what I mean? They've done some amazing things. Mail Pro, there's been some amazing deals done. Facebook, internet, now we're doing mail. We're going to also take that very, very affordable mail, drop on the mortgage side and duplicate that on the final expense side. That all being said, when I walked into somebody's home, I was obviously, my primary goal was to make sure they were taken care of, 100%. I needed to meet that need. When I say taken care of, whatever the form said is what they needed. That was goal number 1. I got that. But as I started talking to them, I wanted to develop into a business relationship where I could provide as much value as I possibly could. So I think that's why we started talking. You see it with annuities. You see a lot of folks that literally started writing policies and then saying, by the way, and yes, of course, they want to help the people protect their retirement. Of course they want to make some extra money. There's nothing wrong with any of the above. But I think they've also realized, Mike, we're looking at some reports the other day, and you want to know how much higher persistency is when there's multiple products in the house. It's not even close. If they got a term, and they got some final expense as well, or they got an annuity and a life policy, I don't care what somebody says when they call. I have that. That's why we're so focused on return of premium. People are always like, man, the persistence you have in your personal business, in your agency business, in your company business, on the mortgage side, so unbelievably high. Yeah, you get all your money back. I mean, Mike, I write you a Christina policy, and 7 months later, somebody calls you. You can forfeit the 7 months you paid in?
Nope.
To save 72 cents a month? Save dot matter of fact, I kind of make the argument and go, Mike, why him? He says $10 less a month. Good. So $120 less a year. Congratulations. $1,200. So at the end of the term, you get $3,600 less back with him than you do with me. And obviously, the grand preponderance of the evidence says you're going to outlive the term. We need it in case you don't, but statistically, you're going to. So he's going to bring you back $3,600 less than I am. Congratulations. You know, we just kind of laugh about it, but the point is they'll make a phone call to you. So we need to start thinking about multiple products. We need to start thinking about really working on how do we develop that. If you take the top people and look at their sales, yes, they're avid buyers of leads. There's no doubt about it. But you look at the amount of time there's multiple policies in the house, husband, wife, mother, father, son, neighbor. You know, we used to joke all the time, Mike, and say if you weren't home, we knocked on a neighbor's door and figure out where you were at. If they made eye contact, well, then they need life insurance, they might get a policy too. So I think we need to make sure as we're moving forward here, and again, we've done quite a bit of training that on the Rely Show. We're doing this because we really believe in the product, but we also believe, like we wouldn't sell it if we didn't believe in the product, but we know how much better it's going to be for every life insurance agent, their volume, their profitability. And a guy called me the other day, he said, my renewals already, on the amount of Rely Show policy I've written, which already are knocking on the door of $2,000 a month. Renewals. That comes in. No matter what new he sells, no matter what he's into, it doesn't matter. That money is going to keep coming in. And it's kind of funny because we lose perspective sometimes, Mike, on before I got a life insurance license, if you had said to me, hey, you can build a renewal income of $2,000 a month outside of what you're doing, I would be out of my mind. But when we get in the business and we start cranking out these crazy numbers, which is great, we lose a little bit of perspective. Don't ever think you're above doing anything, and don't ever think you're above any of the money coming in. I promise you, any renewal is good renewal. I probably promise you any passive income. We used to always say in real estate, well, what's your ROI? I don't know. I get money comes in every month on it, and I'm not out like doing anything new to create that money. It just keeps coming in. So I don't know. I mean, we're making money, and like life is good. Any money that comes in passively seems to be good money to me. And that's what we're talking about a little bit, you know, today as well, building a team. I mean, we're really I think people need to understand, I think Jared Henderson said it pretty well to me yesterday. I said, how did you guys contract 7 agents 2 days ago in a 24-hour period when you weren't contracting 7 in a month? And he said, Shawn, people are just coming out of the woodwork. Like, they're just literally coming out of the woodwork. Now, we're kind of drawing them out of the woodwork, Mike, right? Like, we spend a lot of money in marketing.
A lot.
we do a lot on the training side. We do a lot on YouTube. We do a lot on Facebook. We do a lot on Glassdoor. There's a lot of mediums that we use. We're very, very focused on building this thing. We've only begun. We want every single agent out there to be in a better position than if they're in a great position. Congratulations, we're happy for them. If not, we want them to be the best possible position they can be in for themselves. We want every client to be in the best possible position they can be in. So when Jared said that, I echo that. I think that as long as you're out there and you're active, you're going to see people knocking down the door to come to join what we're doing purely because the model works and you guys are amazing. You lead by example. I think that's all you can ever ask. You know, I was reading this book the other days, and what the commander said for one of the battles, he said, I can't promise you're all going to come home. First of all, it's pretty power statement. Like I can't promise you're all going to come home. He said, but I can make a promise. And what he said in the book, I can make a promise. He says, God is my witness, he said, I can promise you that I will be the first one on the battlefield, and I'll be the last one off. And I promise you that everybody will come home. Dead or alive, everybody will come. And you're sitting there reading it, I'm going like, you gotta read it like 5 times, right? Because you think like you make a stand when you know, I don't need a carb for 5 hours. Like, wow, look what I did. And I'm reading this guy, and I'm like, God, I could just look at these people in the eyes. And I think that that's what you all do, what we do here, because you are out there serving so many clients and you are leading by example. It really allows people to learn from what you're doing. And I think that we really need to make sure we stay focused on that. I'm going to talk about some things that we're doing hiring-wise, give you some tips how to build this thing. But I want to tee up a video here real quick we like to have fun as well. I mean, again, we do want to go serve people. We do want to make money, no doubt about it. Want to give back. Thank you again. Dream Center, that was outstanding. We gave them a bunch of y'all that helped out, and we sent them names. Everything. They're going to do their own. They just want to give, kind of recognize you guys and thank you. So that probably be Pastor Matthew doing something. But thank you for that. It was amazing. Family First Life was able to give them $70,000. I think their goal was $500,000. I think they may have just hit it. And certainly our $70K helped dramatically. So thank you for all that y'all did and helping get back. It was amazing. And so we had, we've been kind of talking about people on the West Coast. Matter of fact, take Grady. Grady's agency sold more Reliable Shield than anybody. I guess he realizes people can actually have their identity stolen, and his clients realize it. And then Andrew Taylor, Mike Kilman, a bunch of those guys and girls were like talking to each other, saying, "Hey, we should kind of develop some kind of content." So, Mike, I think you did a marketing video, right? Because what is the deal now? It's East-West. You kind of broke it out, right? That's pretty straightforward. Like you're on the East Coast, or I don't know what your marker was in the country, east of what or west of what, but we'll figure out. Probably pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yes.
And the deal is, how long does it last for?
Month of May.
So the month of May, where sells the most Reliable Shield policies, and those every group is broken down. You're on East, you're in West.
Correct.
And then the winning team does what? They're going to do a marketing video for us.
They're gonna do our Reliable Shield training for the entire company
because they're the best.
Right.
And then the team would like to have fun, right? And then like some of the guys, let's say the East wins, and Andrew Taylor and some of those other guys and girls, they would do what? They'd come on and
they're gonna do a video.
Yeah.
And they're going to congratulate the winners.
There you go. Not derogatory, just hey, congratulations for beating us.
Right.
Right? Like
I was in the contest and I lost.
I was in the contest, you beat me, the East is better than the West is better than the East. And then Mike Sizer, of course, is excited because he gets the creative juices flowing and he's got a video. So you can watch this promo to our East-West Reliable Shield contest run in Maine. You're all involved. You're all of you are in some category. If you're middle of the country, you have to ask my geographical expert over here where you fall. But good work. I mean, that's probably a lot of the. You ever work with somebody and you realize that how long you worked here?
Oh gosh.
We should say here because we certainly weren't here.
10 years.
10 years. And when I tell you I have nothing creative about me, like you ever work with somebody like you meant to them, like I know nothing about any of this stuff you do. It's not even the applicability of it. Like how do you make it all happen? My mind doesn't work that way. I'm like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. You show up. You tell me what to do and I'll do it in one take, but don't make me ask, don't make me creative. That's not how my mind works. So good job.
Thank you.
This turned into like one of those real shows where you're in the background. I kind of like that. I like that. We have to get a camera on you eventually. So when we ask you to do something, they get you on there.
Next week.
You're not dressed up at all, but maybe we should get you on there. All right. So John Hancock. I think that I think we're starting to really get an understanding of the relationship. And what I mean by that is when you take a carrier like this, you take a product like the Vitality product, and I'm going to introduce them in a minute, and they're going to share some stuff in corporate. When I first went to the office in Boston, this is how much I like them. The conference room they wanted me to meet in, Sizer, was called Fenway, I believe, because they are in Boston.
Right.
And I don't make any money, nor do I live my life through any other grown adults playing sports. Like they play and that's cool, and I go for like 4 or 5 innings and I leave and somebody wins and somebody loses. I really don't care who wins or who loses. I'll leave during a no-hitter, I'll leave during the Super Bowl, I don't care. I just like, you gotta be there, see the action and get out. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me. I was with my buddy and he was like, well, I'm like, well, you can do what you want, but it's a long walk home because we're 5 states away. Whoever wins, I'm gonna watch it on my phone. Like I have my phone right here, I was at the game, I'm gonna watch that thing right there. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny because they had the Masters last week, which I was fired up. I'm glad Tiger came back and won.
Yeah.
And I was trying to watch it, but I had like a bunch of calls to do. So my buddy's like, "Didn't you watch it?" I was like, "Yeah." When I put my phone on when I was done with all my calls, and I saw he won. I remember where I was that day too. I wasn't hitting the ball, neither were you, bud. You know. And when I met John Hancock, I was so unbelievably impressed with their commitment to the Middle American market. I was so impressed with their commitment to us. When I say us, I mean you, the agent, companies, very limited distribution. So we're one of just a handful. I wouldn't even need my one hand to count the distributors that can have the John Hancock product. Do I think there's a lot of folks in our space that would like to write it? Yeah. It's a very different, we have a couple people who are going to share about the product today. It's a very, I think it's a very progressive, it's a very aggressive way about going about some return premium. It certainly fits in with some of the stuff we've kind of done in the past, Mike, with some of the companies do a lot of these give backs that literally can put some more money in the client's pockets and give them things they can take advantage of while they're the product. But I think more so just kind of thinking about a company that's been around as long as they have, that has a reputation that they have, and really allowing us to go ahead and distribute the product. That, for me, I'm really appreciative of. I think I'm always understanding that, one of the things I always tell agents is we have no company without the agents. But then agents have no products without the insurance carrier. Like, we're kind of saying without either one of you, we don't have a company. So we want to do the best we can to always give back and serve and treat you the best that we can. So when I saw the product the first time and I listened to them discuss it, I started thinking, because I always start thinking, for me, I kind of go, if it was me, what would I not like about it, right? Kind of like when I looked at identity theft, I was trying to find a way, Mike, in my head to figure out, what would I not like? Like, what would be my objection? And I just really couldn't come up with a good one, which is why I fell in love with it. So when I saw Vitality product, I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. What would I not like about it? Well, it doesn't give me my full 100% return of premium. It's a different kind of product, right? Okay, great. But then I start thinking, it may not be for everybody, but heck, we got a lot of folks that would like to save money every single year. We have a lot of folks that might be better eligible or price point for the product. And also, we certainly knew in New England, I mean, it was the name recognition was is so large that we just knew it was going to work out really well. And obviously, we're always looking for strategic and productive partnerships and relationships with carriers. So I really think that if you can kind of listen to what's happening, a lot of people are selling, but certainly there's a group on the West Coast that's selling quite a bit of it and seems to really enjoy it. It is new, so like they launched it Mike, pretty methodical in its launch, right?
Yep,
Which
right.
I appreciate, because if you say to me, how do you want to launch it? I go, let's launch it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And you go about things that work out, I go, let's just launch it tomorrow and work it out. Like, it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. Which is also why I'm not the guy for that job, because then everybody's calling everybody else complaining. I'm like, it's going to work. We'll figure out the kinks. They very much said, hey, give us 50 agents, give us 100, give us 150, give us let's just kind of step this thing through. And were there some hiccups when we started? Sure, but one of the things, and they've said this to me since the day they've met us, they can't believe how unbelievably good our culture is. And Mike, I think for me, that's probably that's the thing I'm the proudest of, I think, is when people go, because they go, you have a lot of, what I was talking recently, they said, your people are such a pleasure to work with because they're so focused on their clients and they understand it's business. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, they have a high business acumen, and we have a pretty good rule where, and I just kind of live by it, if we have something we don't like and we have a solution or a suggested solution or a proposed solution, let's discuss it. But if we have something we don't like with no solution, there's nothing to talk about. It's like if you're sitting with a client, the client goes, well, I don't like that price. It's $180 a month. Okay, what's your solution? Well, I don't like it. I got that, Tom. I get it. You're not ecstatic about $45 a week, because it's $45 a week, Tom. It's like not even a full meal at Chili's or TNL Fridays or wherever you all have around you. I got it, but what's the solution? Because if you have a solution, let's discuss it. But since it's $180 family over here with no insurance. You die, wife and kids lose the house. The 180 you don't love. The problem for us, you and me, is that we hate the lose the house more than we dislike the 180. So we're going to have to avoid the one we really despise, which is losing the house and having the kids and wife homeless. And we're going to have to go with the one that is a lot more palatable than the one we despise. Does that make sense? Now, if you have an option where you go, hey, I just remember my mom gave me $400,000. Let me put that. If you have something, talk to me about it. What do you got? You got a guarantee you live forever, never die. You got somebody gave you money. What do you have? You hit the lottery yesterday. Since we don't have that, and I think I always try to remember, it doesn't mean we have to love the 180. It just means we have to tolerate it more than this one. And I think we always live with that stuff here where, hey, we're open to suggestions, but complaining to just complain that's it. I mean, it's like I come into Meaike and go, man, I want to feel better and I want to look better. And Meaike goes, well, what's your solution? I go, nothing. You're gonna eat better or you're gonna work out more? Neither. Okay, well, let's stop talking about it. I mean, what do you want me to do, Shawn? You want to look better, but you don't want to give in either one of those two things. Or I'm gonna work out 6 days a week, and then Meaike goes, dude, you gotta eat better. And I go, yeah, I know, I don't want to do that. Go, then don't complain about how you feel, how you look. Dude, you're not altering your diet. I mean, it is what it is. So, really excited about it. I'm gonna tee up a lot of the Hancock folks now, followed by my buddy Haroon who is a new dad, by the way, and Andrew Taylor, who also has embraced the John Hancock product. So you're going to hear from Hancock staff. You're going to hear from Haroon, who is selling it, who's a relatively new agent, still part-time, best of my knowledge. And then Andrew Taylor, who, as you know, is board member, continuing to move, heading towards $2 million a month, but is embracing a myriad of products where our folk now what would you sell if you were an agent, Shawn? America? Would I sell some? Yeah, of course I'd sell some John. Of course I'd sell other products at times. Would I sell would the majority of what I sell be the one that gives me 8% more? Of course. I'm just making sure you know all the tools you have in your bag so you can access them when they're appropriate. And that's everything we're talking about here. We're going to get out of this tunnel vision. A lot of the groups, a lot of the companies in our space have been doing this for 30 years. And we're not. We're going to do it this way. We're going to make sure we're eyes wide open, head on a swivel, and find the best way to put the client in a position to be protected and put you in a position to have a great long-term relationship with your clients that is very beneficial for both sides, mutually advantageous, and certainly profitable because you're not doing it for free. And as I tell my client, you're not paying me the insurance carriers. And here's one that does pay, John Hancock. So here are the videos, and I hope you enjoy.
Everyone, I'm Stacy Green, your National Account Vice President. I can't tell you how excited I am to be launching Simple Term with Vitality with all of Family First Life. You may have remembered me from the January sales meeting. I was the woman handing out sneakers as well as wearing the sparkly shoes on stage. After the close of the meeting, we opened up the sale of Simple Term with a few select producers to help us work through the kinks. I'm happy to say that thanks to those producers, as well as the hard work of Shawn, Meaike, and the Family First team, we are ready to open the floodgates and take in appointments for any producer that wants to sell our game-changing life insurance product. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to some other folks on the John Hancock Family First team that are going to answer some questions around vitality.
Hi, I'm JJ Bowman, Head of Product Management for John Hancock, and with me are James, Emily, Rosemary, and Jim. They are all on the dedicated Family First sales desk. They are available to answer your questions about vitality and Simple Term, any other questions that you have. And I thought I'd ask them about some of the more common questions that we get. So, Emily, I'll start with you. What's the most common question that you get?
Yeah, the most common question that I get is just how do my clients earn the Vitality rewards?
And what are some of these rewards that they can get?
Yeah, they can get a free Fitbit, discounts off Apple Watches, up to $600 off at Healthy Foods. They can receive travel discounts from Hotels.com, also different gift cards, Starbucks, Amazon, and my favorite is an Amazon Prime membership.
All right.
And they can get 15% back in cash savings if they participate each year.
Wait, I'm sorry, did you say 15% every year?
Yes, every year, JJ, pay attention.
Oh, sorry, Rosemary. But I just wanted to just be clear, 15% every year. When you add that plus all those other rewards that Emily talked about, you could have rewards that are in excess of hundreds, if not over $1,000, and the premium might only be $600-700. James, does anybody ask us if it's too good to be true?
JJ, we get that all the time. But as a life insurance carrier, we have a vested interest in helping people live longer and healthier lives. The longer they live, the more premiums they pay. John Hancock Vitality helps, give some of that value back to the customers.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. If customers are being healthy, insurance companies make money, and Vitality is just a great way for us to share some of that back with our customers. So that's great. How about some of the weirder questions we get? Jim, any weird ones?
Yeah, one of the weird questions I get is, do we provide compensation?
And do we provide compensation?
We do, and it's pretty competitive.
Pretty competitive or very competitive?
I mean, it's very competitive.
Okay, very competitive. Okay, we're clear about that. What are some other questions that we get?
Another strange question I got is, can the insured put a Fitbit on their dog?
And can they?
We don't recommend it.
Makes a lot of sense. Well, that's great. Thank you, guys. And now I'd like to bring in some other people, and we'll dispel the most common myth that we hear about Vitality. One common myth about Vitality that we hear a lot is that Vitality is only for the physically fit. And at John Hancock, we may be partly to blame for that since we sponsor the Boston Marathon. But I'm here to tell you, and I have Zach here as well, we're going to tell you that Vitality is really for everyone. So Zach, can you please tell our friends at FFL that Vitality is not just for marathoners?
Vitality is not just for marathoners.
Can you imagine actually running a marathon?
I can. I did it last year.
Okay, that doesn't help. Okay, let's try that again. I'm here with other members of the John Hancock team, Halen, Joe, and John. Try this one more time. Halen, do you run marathons?
No.
What do you do for exercise?
I usually like to pick up 300-pound Atlas stones, tow sedans, and throw trees, typical gym stuff. All of which I get points for on my amazing Apple Watch.
Neat! John, do you exercise?
Not at all, boss. And you know what? I could still get to a gold vitality status by eating healthy, taking online courses, and visiting the doctor.
Do you do any of those things?
I sure don't.
Good for you, I guess. Joe, John's utter contempt for healthy living raises an important question. Can his premiums go up if he does not engage in the Vitality program?
No. Vitality cannot hurt you. Even if John does not engage in the program at all, his premium will never increase.
That is great to hear. Okay, I've got one more question. Who do we think would win in a fight? Halen? Or this guy, Shawn Meaike, president of Family First Life?
I don't think we should answer that question.
Probably a wise decision.
Oh, you're back, which is perfect because I had a couple final comments I wanted to make before we wrap up. Vitality at its core is all about helping people. And in the short time I've had to get to know all of you, I know that that is exactly what Family First is all about. I think we have a tremendous opportunity to make a difference in a lot of people's lives. So with that, please go out and get appointed. Visit www.jhsimpleterm.com, and people, it is time to strap on your fancy shoes and get out and sell.
Hello everyone, this is Haroon Samnani. They asked Andrew Taylor and I to do a training podcast on John Hancock's Simple Term with Vitality. And I just got done watching Andrew Taylor's video. And he did a phenomenal job. In fact, he said everything that was needed to be said in much better words than I could have done. Therefore, I'm going to keep this call brief, and I'm only going to highlight some of the additional benefits as well as give you guys some good news on stuff that's coming up in the near future. If you guys want to watch my training podcast in detail on John Hancock's Simple Term with Vitality, then go to www.ffl-go.com and click on Training Podcasts. And in there, my training podcast is on the 3rd page. It is about 25 minutes long, and you guys can watch it when you have time. As well as on the website, you will find many different training videos as well as audios that you can listen to help you in different aspects of this business. Now, one of the greatest benefits of this product is the $600 off of the healthy groceries each year. This benefit is available to everyone the first year, and then going forward, it depends on the level that you qualify for. There are 4 different levels: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And people can qualify for levels through earning vitality points. And the way you would use your savings is once you have signed up for the Vitality account, all you have to do is add your local grocery store's savings card onto the Vitality account, and you will start earning the savings as you are shopping for different foods. If they're considered healthy grocery items, then you will receive the savings. And most of the grocery stores are on the list. Some are not included, but over 1,600 different grocery stores across the country are included in that list. And one of the biggest is Walmart shopping center. If you shop at Walmart for groceries, then you can request a Nutra savings card. And that card will give you instant savings at Walmart at the register as you are shopping for groceries. Now, if you are like me, who doesn't always enjoy working out, unlike Andrew Taylor, then and instead enjoys eating food, then you can still qualify for different levels by eating healthy groceries and making those purchases. As well as if you visit doctor's office each year for annual checkups, you'll earn additional points for that. So there are many ways of reaching those different levels than just working out. Now, one of the greatest things that I like about this product is that it does not have a build chart, which means more people can qualify for this product. As long as their BMI is at 42 or less, they should be able to qualify for it. And this product even accepts people with diabetes that are on insulin, and they have to be diagnosed with diabetes after the age of 40. If it's before the age of 40, then they will not get approved. But if it's after the age of 40, then they should be able to qualify for, as long as everything else is good other than the diabetes. And compared to this product, most of the other products that I've seen, term products, do not accept people if they're on insulin diabetes. Now, one other benefit that I like with this product is that once you have signed up for your Vitality account, in there, when you click on different rewards, you will see on the bottom in the list, it will say spin the wheel. And that spin the wheel benefit is rarely talked about. And what that is that if they meet their weekly or monthly goals, then they can spin the wheel and win small items such as $5 Amazon gift card. Now, I have some of the good news coming up for everyone. Starting April 15th, which is this Monday this week, every agent will be receiving an email after we sign up our clients, whether they're approved or declined. Now, if they are approved, then the email will be a little bit longer with additional information. If they're declined, it'll be a little bit shorter. But before that, there was no way of tracking all the people that we had signed up with John Hancock because there was no way of us to log into the system and see all the clients that we have had. The other nice thing is that in the near future, they are coming out with an agent portal. In fact, the agent portal has already been built and it's under a demo version. So it hasn't been released to all the FFL agents. It should be released in the near future once all the bugs and everything has been, worked out. The other thing is that the draft date. Right now, the initial payment draft is upon approval. So once the client is approved, then that's when their payments are drafted immediately. And their going forward payments each month is the same day of their approval. However, the company has been working on creating a way in the system where you can choose the initial draft date as well as the ongoing payment draft dates for the clients to make it easier for them if they want to have their initial payment drafted a few days after. Now, one thing I want to point out for everyone is that Audrey, as well as a few other people at John Hancock, have been calling FFL agents, and they're in fact calling every single FFL agent to get their feedbacks. And it is very important that we pick up their calls and give them our honest feedback. And the agent portal and the what's the other thing I was gonna say is the initial draft date that I talked about, as well as the ongoing draft date, wouldn't have happened if the agents hadn't given their feedback. So this was only made possible through agent feedbacks. So feedbacks are really important. Right now, what we are seeing is that only about 1 out of 10 FFL agents are actually picking up their calls or returning their calls to give a feedback. Most of the people are not responding to their emails or calls when they receive them. So if you do get a message in the voicemail, please do call them back and give your honest feedback on how they can improve this product. And a couple of things I can encourage you to say is right now we're on a weekly commission. So the commissions are paid every Monday from a previous week's sales that are made by 5 o'clock on Friday. The commissions are released on Monday on those sales. However, it would be nice, just like Americo and some of the other companies that do daily pay, to have that option available to us. So if we do leave that feedback, then it is possible they might make that, available to us. Now, the other thing is that this product, the only thing I see that it's lacking is the cashback option like Americo has, or return on premium such as Mutual of Omaha. And that's the reason why those two products are our first two preferred choices. And John Hancock certainly does not want to be the number 3rd choice. So they are doing different things possible to move up on the totem pole. So any feedback we give has been going to the highest executive in the company. So I can't promise that this will happen, but maybe in the future it is a possibility where they might create another product that is similar to this product with different benefits as well as a cashback option, or maybe add that option with this product. So it's always nice to let them know the honest truth and what we are desiring for. Now, once again, I do want to point out the training website. If you do want to listen to my training in detail, please go to www.ffl-go.com. There you can click on podcasts, and my training is on the 3rd page. It is about 25 minutes long, and you guys can listen to it when you have time. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for having me on. I'm going to share a little bit about how our team is using the John Hancock product. And I do want to say, if you have not bought one yourself, you're missing out, because there's a lot of awesome tools. And if you don't know how to do something, what I've always done my entire career is I've bought it myself and I've learned to use it so I can show a client. I do want to disclose we are writing mainly Americo and Mutual of Omaha, and in certain situations we're writing John Hancock. And that is when someone does not want return of premium for some reason. They want term, and John Hancock seems to accept a lot of, they're very lenient when it comes to health conditions. It's a very smooth application. I'm going to show you guys how to use it, and it has some really cool perks if you work out, which can get people excited to work out. So I just left the gym. I used the Apple Watch that they sent me. I tracked my activity. I did exactly what they said because I want to be able to teach other people to do it. And there's nothing like learning from doing it yourself. There's nothing like it. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how the application works on my phone. It's so easy. You could submit it on your phone. And I'll tell you guys a quick story real quick. I went on an appointment a few weeks ago. I sold one of these. It was a brother and a sister lived together. The brother wanted insurance, and he goes, I get an iWatch for $25 with this product. And I go, yeah, you do. And he's like, and you know, I can work out and get all these free perks and benefits. And I'm like, yeah, you do. So I sign him up. He gets approved in like 40 seconds. And his sister comes in and he goes, hey, sis, I'm getting an iWatch with this insurance policy. She goes, I want an iWatch and I need insurance. So I go, okay, cool. It's $50 a month for $250,000, and you can sign up to get your iWatch. So it was really crazy what a powerful tool the iWatch is. And the other thing is, if they work out, they get the iWatch for free, but it's going to help persistency, kind of like ReliaShield. The more things you help someone with, the more things they get, the better the persistency is going to be. So in the cases when you write John Hancock, I guarantee you that your persistency is going to be really, really good, because they have a watch, they have a routine to try to get cash back on their plan and work out. And I'm going to show you guys kind of how the app works. One other funny thing is I got the objection of, well, how do I know this company's legit? And I go, well, John Hancock's been around since 1862, and the light bulb was invented in 1872. And the client just kind of looked at me, and it was like checkmate. Like, she had nothing to say. She's like, okay, let's do this. So that was kind of cool. So I'm going to show you guys on my phone kind of how everything works. Oh, all right. So this is my dog Ruby in the background. But if you go here, I saved on my dashboard, if you can see here, the John Hancock Vitality. Oops, I'm on airplane mode. Let's see here. My service pop up. Okay. So once you get a policy, you can go to johnhancockvitality.com. You can log in. And it shows you all of your different benefits and perks on this application, which is really, really cool. And I don't think a lot of people know what type of perks they get. So every policy is, a client can access it online. There's no paper policies that get sent out. But on this application, I'm gonna go to my Vitality account. And it's kind of cool because when you sign up, they give you a questionnaire and they tell you what your Vitality age is. So they ask you like 50 questions, and John Hancock goes, how old are you? Like I said, I'm 29. And it said, well, you're on pace. Your Vitality age is 34. So you need to take a little bit better care of yourself, because, you know, you're aging faster than you're supposed to, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, when you go here, you can go to menu. You can click on your health profile, and it'll tell you like, you know, your review. Let's see what it says here. Oh, it just tells you how to earn points. So we'll skip this real quick. I want to go to rewards. So this was the cool thing. If you see here, someone that gets this plan, they can get an Amazon Prime membership for free, which costs money. They get an Apple Watch. If they work out and they track it with their watch or whatever their activity device is, then they get 15% of their money back every year. you can scan foods at almost any grocery store, and if you're buying healthy foods, they give you $50 a quarter or a month back on food. I have not used that one yet. You get 20% off of hotels.com, which when I'm talking to a client, I'm telling them this plan's going to be free. It's not going to cost anything. You can buy healthy gear. So this is kind of cool. So I use this one. So you can go to REI, which is a outdoors store. So I bought $750 worth of gift cards there because I wanted to learn how this works, and it gave me 15% back on my money, or on whatever my purchase was. So I got a whole bunch of exercise stuff, and I got 15% back. Let's go back to rewards. And the hotels.com, 20% off hotels.com, that's pretty, that's awesome. You can get all these different fitness devices if you don't like Apple, and you get discounts on them. I personally prefer Apple, so that I just went with the watch that they sent me for $25. But you can get any of these different watches, and you can also get both. You can get the watch and go get more stuff. It has all kinds of resources for people to get in better shape, and it tracks points. So the more points you get, the lower your life insurance goes. If you haven't bought this yet, I think it's kind of silly because of the fact that it's paying for itself. You're learning, and you get all these benefits. Now I want to click here on the John Hancock app, which is really cool because you just go to instant-apply.johnhancockinsurance.com. You put in your social, so that your social logs you in. Now, if you're like me, I lose my logins all the time, and your social here will log you in, so you don't have to remember a password. I wish every company would do this. And you hit the state, and boom, you're in. And it's a very, very, very easy application. So I've got some people that I wasn't sure that would be accepted because, they wouldn't qualify for other products. I've gotten them approved. And the approval process takes like 40 seconds or whatever it is. The next thing I want to show you here is how easy it is to sell ReliaShield. My ReliaShield program or commissions are at $250 a month already. Now, $250 a month on a permanent renewal plan, and we've only been using them like a month or so. That's pretty exciting to me. So if we go to view sales here, and I want to make a sale, all I do is hit new sale and click the plan that the person wants. And it comes with all these different benefits. So let's say I'm going to sell someone this middle plan for, actually I usually do the family plan, so I'm going to click on family plan. Let's say I'm going to sell them, this middle one for $26.99 a month for the entire family. All you do is put this information in. It takes under 2 minutes. You put a credit card or whatever it is in, and boom, you're done. So if I have a theory, and that is, why do people not use these simple products that are going to give them, if you imagine what after a year it could do, like if I'm getting $250 a month, which you don't think is a lot until you realize if you needed an investment, if you invested in something to pay you 10% on your money, you would need like a $20,000 investment. Now, this is free from just seeing current clients. So it's not costing me 20 grand. And then next month or the month after, if I add a bunch of ReliaShield plans, then I can continue to get paid. And knowing the John Hancock product, instead of missing out on a sale, if you have it yourself, you're not going to miss out on the sale because you know how it works. And there's nothing like doing something to really truly learn it. So I encourage you guys to today get your own plan. It pays for itself. Get your own ReliaShield plan so you know how you use it, and you can get these permanent renewal streams and not miss out on sales up. Now, I do want to warn everybody, this is, if you just go, oh, this is my main product, it's not going to help you because there's no return of premium. But if you use it in the certain situations it's supposed to be used in, it's an awesome product with an awesome reputation. The company has an awesome reputation. It's going to stay on the books, and maybe it'll help you get up earlier and go to the gym. And what's funny is, like, I don't like to lose at stuff, even though it's kind of like a game with the John Hancock workout thing. But I want to work out so I get the points, which doesn't really mean any. I mean, you save a tiny bit of money on your premium, but I just want to do it so it sends me a notification that I won the game. So I'm actually going to the gym more consistent, taking care of myself, and living longer. And, you know, and then I can show a client, hey, check this out. Now, how powerful is the watch in the home? You go, hey, let me show you how this plan works. You're going to get a watch. This is mine. You can show them how the app works. You can show them all the benefits on your phone. Then you can sign them up in a few seconds and they get approved right there. It's the easiest thing ever. And it just, you know, makes Family First Life an even better company to work for. And it's, you know, everything just keeps getting better. So thank you for having me on. I'm excited to push these products. Oh, and by the way, May 1st, I don't know if FFL announced it yet, but we are having a East Coast versus West Coast ReliaShield competition. It's going to be the agencies on the East Coast versus the agencies on the West Coast. And I'm definitely looking forward to dominating that competition and, you know, win. And they're going to announce all the prizes that are coming out. But we are getting ready. We have a lot of people ready. And then in return, that permanent renewal stream is going to go up. So thanks for having me on, guys. Have a good day.
All right, great job. Thank you, John Hancock, folks. Thank you, Haroon. Thank you, Andrew. And I want to say a few things, wrap it up. Building a business, focus on what we're doing. Sales conferences this week. Mike, can you pull the ones we got up this week? Are you able to do that? Or
Yeah, give me 1 minute.
Place to place here. I know that I'll be in Boca, I think it is on Monday. And isn't Vegas this week? I think so. While you're looking that up. Contracted agents. We really, when we're looking at this thing, we hit 7 million paid in life business for the month. We're on our way to 8 million. But what's really got my attention lately is, and I think the industry's attention, if you will, the carrier's attention, is the contracted agents. It's mind-boggling to think that 15 months ago we were contracting 100 a month, and now it's thousands. It's. But again, I think you have them there.
Yeah, Vegas is the 25th.
Okay, so what's Monday?
All right, April 22nd.
That's Monday?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Boca Raton, Florida.
Boca, okay.
April 23rd, Sacramento.
So that's Tuesday.
24th, Cleveland.
Okay, Wednesday.
And then 25th is Vegas.
Thursday.
25th is also Philadelphia.
Also Philly, outstanding.
And that's it for next week.
Okay. So, Boca, so San Diego, Sacramento, Cleveland, Vegas, Philly. So we've had more people at these meetings than we ever have. Why? Training's unbelievable. Focus is unbelievable. And I think everybody that has an insurance license that works with us is saying, you know what? Building a business isn't any harder than selling. Selling's not hard once you figure it out. What do I need to do? I need to go ahead and run my 30, 35 appointments a week, full-time job. I need to talk to people about what it is that I do. I need to promote me, my client interactions, promote the company, promote how simple this is, stand up for people. Part of it is just taking advantage of the wave that is right now, the hiring machine that we have here at Family First Life. Admittedly so, we were not crazy focused on hiring early on. I mean, Mike, you know, we were trying to maintain. We also never wanted to hire until we had the lead flow and the infrastructure to manage it. If we hire 10,000 agents next month, it won't be a big deal. I mean, the numbers will sound great, that'll be a big deal. But we will not have a drain on leads. Not with the way the internet is, Facebook is. We were looking at the mail drops the other day, kind of calculated. I go Mail Pro, look at all, I'm like, you know, we can do like 30 million pieces a week, and that'll be like, what? Like you just, it makes you realize how insignificant or how small you can be when it's a world of hundreds of millions of people, and what we can actually do to help them all. Just here, you know, where we happen to work domestically, like just right here in the U.S. It's unbelievable what you're able to do. There is no magic to it. It's the other thing I think that we have a lot of folks that go like, well, I need to figure. There's no magic. It's outwork. I think when you find the folks that are doing really well, I do think they're open-minded. I do think they listen well. I do think they are able to make changes. I think you have to adapt and change. If you don't in this business, I think you'll figuratively just die. You have to move. When there are things that other people are doing that are working, you should probably take a look at them. Everybody's approach is going to be different. Your approach to the home is going to be different than this person's and this person's and this person. But if it works for you, keep doing it. If it doesn't work, change it. It's always my thing when people are like, well, I'm doing this. I'm like, I know, but I would do this. I know, but I've been doing this. It's been working pretty well. What do the numbers say? It's always the numbers. If you're looking at what you're doing in the field, are you issuing 20, 30, 40 grand a month consistently? Yes, then it's working. If it's about hiring, are you adding? You're independent. You're an agent trying to get the machine going. You've been around for a little bit. Are you adding 5 to 6 agents a month? Contracted, minimal. Just you. Forget about staff. No, I'm not. It's probably not working, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think when you take Jared Henderson, Jared's like, I changed this and I changed this and I changed this and I changed this because those things I was doing weren't working. I became more active on social media. I became more aggressive as far as reaching out to folks. I became more apt to be willing to talk about what I did. More market, licensed, unlicensed. I went out and found people. I said, hey, do you have a John Hancock contract? No, I don't. Okay, we're one of the distributors that have it. Would you like to add it? Hey, I see you're in the industry. It's a small world. Congratulations. Nice to meet you. Didn't know if you're looking at a contract or not. A real high comp, good renewals, great training, no fees, outstanding lead platform. So if all those things make sense, contact us. So at the end of the day, let's not let up. We're going to 8 to 9 to 10 million in paid life business in a month. We're excited about where we're going. I promise you the next level calls are starting to ramp up here with some insane training over the next couple weeks. You do not want to miss it. Thank you so much, Meaike, for your marketing. Thank you, John Hancock. Thank you, Haroon. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you guys all and girls for getting on. Let's make an outstanding weekend and even a better week. Let's shatter some records. Let's help people out and make sure that a lot of folks that realize that April 15th just passed, you need to file your taxes. And when you make money, you owe money.
Yes.
So it's time to go to work. But I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody that makes that happen. And appreciate your time more than you know. See you guys.